get, and we're not talking about clothing. We're talking about more like piercings and tattoos and body modifications and such. So today I want to start with the first thing I would never ever get, and this is one of the things that I would never get. I would never get a nipple piercing for a couple reasons. It looks, I get for some people, if you have a small nipple piercing and it's got like a diamond in it and you have it at a certain angle, it can look good, and some stuff looks better on certain people. I get that, but just for me, my body type and how I feel, and especially how many arteries and stuff and nerves are in your nipples, if you were to get a nipple piercing, it would really damage your nipples, and especially because your nipples are very, very sensitive. It would hurt so much, and it can actually, getting the piercing can make your nipples more sensitive than they were before. It can make them hypersensitive, aka so even touching it with your finger, your nipple, could make it feel intense and hurt. That's what hypersensitive is, and getting that piercing could do that. Or some people have reported cases of them getting a nipple piercing and it not make and when they get the nipple piercing, it actually takes away all feeling and sensation in their nipples. That's not fun. I don't like that. And overall, you could really damage your nipples, and if you get the nipple piercings removed, once they heal back up, your nipples will actually stretch and be fatter than the other nipple if you don't get both pierced, and it can look stupid, you could have scars, and you will regret it. The next thing I would like to talk about today is something I would get. Maybe. It's one of those things I might get or might not get. A dermadam. Now, a dermadam is something my brother actually had. A dermadam is a piercing along your upper cheekbone, and it usually is kind of in the bone, I guess you could say, a little bit. And it's, I don't know how it feels, because, I mean, of course I don't have one. And, I mean, I don't know what age you have to be. I know you can get piercings really young, but I don't know what you have to be a certain age for certain piercings, I'm pretty sure. I'm not an expert, so don't take anything I say in the truth, but I'm pretty sure. And it looks really good, and it can look better on certain people, and just, it actually honestly looks really good. And I think it's a nice piercing, and it's one of the things that I might get in the future, depending on how I look in the future, and if I think I still want it by then. It's one of the things we can wait on. Pickers, choosers. No, I'm not gonna get that bad sniper. Welcome to the stream. Alright, another thing, guys, I would get in life, probably, well, one of the things I wouldn't get, actually, is, honestly, it's hard. What was it I was trying to talk about? Oh, an eyelid piercing. Now, when I first heard about these, I completely thought they were fake. Haha, you can't pierce your eyelids. But it is a thing that people do, and people do it all the time. And guys, trust me, be nice to your body. Your body's been nice to you so far. Be nice to it. Don't get an eyelid piercing. It can rub against your eye, damage your sight, and make you go blind. And not only that, it looks really gross. And blinking and sleeping at night can make it so uncomfortable you just won't be able to sleep. And it hurts so bad, and your eyes are super sensitive. And that eyelid piercing can actually help irritate, and you can get infections in your eyes, which then permanently hold open or close your eyes. Therefore, you're damaging your eyes so much, they basically won't work. And that's just an overall really bad thing you don't want to happen. Here's one thing I would get, guys, back to it. This is one of the things I might or might not, depending on how I look in the future. But if I think I could look good in it in the future, I'll definitely get it. Just regular ear piercings. Ear piercings are things that mostly girls wear, but at the same time, a lot of guys wear them too. And the way I think of it is, growing up, I was like, ear piercings are for girls, type of deal. As I grew older, I realized that is not completely true. Piercings could be for anyone, but at the same time, you need to be cautious what piercings you're getting, where, and if they could damage you or not. I would be it would suck so much to get a piercing later on and it just ruin your body. And there's a lot of piercings out there that are just so unbelievably horrible that any person that gets them, honestly, you're dumb. I don't stand with you. I'm sorry. You might be a really great person, but I just don't. Okay. Ear piercings. That one's pretty short. You guys know about them. Here's a piercing I would definitely not get, and this is probably the piercing I would never, ever in my life get. It is actually called the crucifixion piercing. And if you guys are Christian or Catholic or read the Bible in any way or just know about Jesus in general, but you might be an atheist, but you know somewhat about him, you know that Jesus is the Son of God and that Jesus actually died on the cross by Romans, nailing his hands to the cross and his feet and putting a thorn crown on his head, beating him, whipping him, and just overall torturing him. It's the most painful thing. It's worse than pregnancy. It's worse than anything you've felt in your life. It is the most painful thing in the world. I'm glad 99%, a lot of people like us, don't have to go through that. But some people, they made a piercing after it, where Jesus had sharp, long, steel rusted nails to cause infection, and back then they didn't have shots to get rid of infection, especially way back then. So this was very highly dangerous. Also, it hurt so bad because there's no way to numb it or just stop the pain. It's just kind of like, it happens, but he was forced. And the piercing I'm talking about, actually, is called the crucifixion piercing. Now, I already know I said this, but let me tell you what it is. It's a long needle or piercing or barb, depending on how big you want it, how wide, how long, that goes all the way through one side of your hand to the other, and it usually centers around the middle of the palm. You cannot really, I don't know if you can get it through the side of the palm. I'm not an expert, but I know that most of them generally go around the middle of your palm from the back side of your hand. Now, there's a couple reasons I wouldn't get this, because it looks stupid. Your hand has so many nerves, tendons, that it would hurt super bad, possibly, and then you have so many veins and arteries down in your hands that you could possibly lose control of your hands, or lose your hands, period, or lose your, I don't know, just the feeling in your hands, or make them hypersensitive. There's so many things. Not only that, there's so many veins, you could have major blood loss, you could potentially get very ill, infections, and it's one of those things that, because of how deep it goes, how wide it is, your hand would heal like a scar, but it would take a long, long time, maybe 2 to 3 years to actually completely close up. And that's not even for it to be like, I don't know, like a good, I don't know how I'd say this. A good, and okay, let's continue. The crucifixion piercing goes through your hand. Do you get what I'm saying here? Sorry guys, I had to like focus for a second. Very, very hard to do. It's just a very dangerous thing. I would not get it. I would not recommend getting it. The end. It's a bad piercing. Don't do it. I wasted my launch pad, but I thought that would be pretty funny to just troll this guy. But it goes all the way through your hand. It looks ugly. It would be uncomfortable sleeping. It could damage you. It could rip through your hand. It would take forever to heal. And you're ruining your body. People say beauty is pain. And I get, people are willing out there to sacrifice or take lots of pain to make themselves look pretty. I get that. A lot of people do it in the world, okay? It's a very, very common thing to sacrifice and take pain for your body. But you have, and I mean absolutely have to remember, that's not necessarily what we mean or what they mean. We are referring, right now I'm referring to doing basically taking pain and damaging your body to pretty much your death bed to not even look prettier? Because a lot of you guys might think they look cool. Yeah, they might look cool, but do they look good necessarily? And do they look like something a normal person would wear, a modern person? Now, I'm not saying, oh my god, if you have a piercing, you're not normal. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be unique. That's what I'm saying. Be unique, and these piercings can make you very much unique in your own way. But at the same time, I'm trying to tell you, think before you get something that you think is cool. Oh my god, it's so cool. Like, think. Are you sure this is something you want to do? Are you sure it's something you want to get? Is it really something wasting your body, your blood, your arteries on? And what if it might look good in pictures, but what if as soon as you get it, you hate it? You can't take it out then. It'd probably cause it'd probably do things. Like, you just can't do that. And you would bleed so much. And I mean, just, it's an awful idea. You shouldn't do that. But you be you. But I'm saying it's a bad idea. Here's a thing I would get. Now, I want to get a tattoo on my wrist. We're moving on to the more tattoo section. I want to get a tattoo on my wrist when I'm older in Japanese symbols, which actually a lot of people do, especially in Japanese on the wrist, or infinity signs on the wrist, which my family has a couple of tattoos on the wrist and infinity and whatnot. But I, myself, want to get a tattoo on my wrist that stands in Japanese or Korean or something that stands for love or fight or courage. And I think that'd look really nice, and it'd be nice symbolism to the world. And I think it's a tattoo that if someone asks if you have a tattoo, you could show them your wrist and be like, it's not much, but it's a small tattoo, it works. You know, it's not one of those tattoos you've got to commit your life to. It's not big, and if you don't like it, you can easily hide it. Okay, it's not a big tattoo to take up your body if you don't like it, you know. I personally want this when I'm older, 100%, no matter what I look like. I want this, and I might get it, but once again, ink is damage, can very, very much hurt your skin. It's basically poison. Very think before you do this, guys. Just please think. It is no joke getting a tattoo like that. It's really no joke. You gotta be careful with what you choose in life, and you have to be smart about it. There's no other way I can put it. Well, we're almost finished with the video, guys. Thank you so much, but I want to talk about one more thing. I would never, ever, ever get. I would never get an arm sleeve tattoo. Now, a lot of you are very much arguing, saying it's not that bad, it doesn't hurt, it actually looks really good, I promise you. And it's not an odd tattoo. A lot of people get it. It's very common, and it's a fun tattoo, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'm not getting it. Why? Because there's so many arteries in your hand in general, and your arm, and you're damaging all that, poisoning your skin for it. And next off, what if you don't like it? It's up your entire arm. It's not like you're gonna hide it. You wear a long sleeve, there's a very nice chance you're gonna see it through the long sleeve. What does that mean? It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, I promise. But it's just, and then on top of that, just please think, what are you doing? Arm sleeves are damaging to your body. If you don't like the tattoo, it's all up your entire arm. No way to really hide it. Next off, like, why? May I ask you, Why? A lot of people would say they don't know. It's just, it's stupid. It really is. It's very stupid, and people getting this, I mean, I get why people get it, and I'm gonna try focusing, guys. There's 9 people left. I'm surprised I made it this far on my own. Let's see. Oh God, I should get out of here. Okay, guys, I'm in the video there. This was kind of an odd video, guys, because I was like stopped talking for 20 minutes. I'd get off track, not know what I'm saying. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.